Week one is almost here, and I think it's time that we go out there and play hard. The score is 0-0. The records are 0-0. The preseason is almost over. We got two preseason games left back here at home. Everybody's excited for the home opener, week two against the Chicago Bears. That's, right after, Green Bay. But, everybody's been talking. They've been talking. They've been saying this, that, and the third about us, saying that we're not going to, go back to the playoffs this year and we're not going to have a great year this year. But we have the team that's going to, create a great year this year, and we're going to create greater opportunities, down the line. And everybody else is playing for postseason football. Everybody, including us. And we want to be back in postseason football, and we want to make a statement when we get back to postseason football. Um, but as you can see with the Green Bay Packers, their, weakness is, secondary. They're nice from offense to defense with a defensive line and even linebackers, but secondary is their main problem. So going into that game, I'm looking to attack the secondary. I'm looking to attack them with the run game. I'm looking to, embarrass them in front of their own home crowd. That's what I'm looking forward to doing in Green Bay. And, like Terry Arnold said, this past draft is like, look, we're 2-0 over there. We're 2-0 over there, and we're looking to make it 3-0. We're looking to make it 5 in a row, 10 in a row, 8 in a row, 9 in a row, whatever many wins we can get out there in Lambeau, it would be impressive to get. But you understand it, and I understand it pretty well that we got to go out there and just ball hard, win games, and continue to keep our head up high, and don't have our heads down. We're looking to aim for 13-4. Nonetheless, that's it. And everybody's just hoping for a Super Bowl. We're hoping for a Super Bowl. We want to go to a Super Bowl. We want to play for the championship, and we want to be that team that everybody fears in the NFC. Because we are the scariest team in the NFC that nobody wants to compete with. So get with it or get lost. Um, but with that being said, against the Atlanta Falcons, I was pretty impressed with how we bounced back and how we took over in the game late. And Kyle Allen, he did his thing. Hendon Hooker might be out of a job, but Kyle Allen definitely hit his strides the way he wanted to hit his strides, and he felt the mojo, he felt the rhythm, and he felt, poise out there. So that's what you got to feel when you're playing the game of football. Play poise, play focus, and, don't, lose momentum. You lose momentum, you're not going to get it back. There was times where he had Kyle Allen type of things. There was some mishaps, here and there, but he continued to stay focused. He continued to maintain. He continued to do what Kyle Allen should do, is to play great football. Do I trust him being QB2 going forward? No. That's definitely, a be all end all at that. That's definitely something that I'm gonna just let you know right now. I don't trust him on that. But he did do a good job. He did better than Hendon Hooker. I thought Hendon Hooker was gonna come out and play clever, especially after the fact that we have 5 turnovers against the LA Chargers in a 34-7 loss. That was horrible. It was horrible that we stunk up the field at a Hall of Fame game. That was bad. It was horrible to watch. It was horrible for me and many other people across the world to even see that on live TV. And we looked like a joke out there. And that's not being negative. It's just being embarrassed of the fact that we felt bad in an extra preseason game and that we looked bad. And I know the starters weren't playing, but the second and third string, they have to step up and play better than that. Had 1 point. You need more points as an offense. You need more strides to get acclimated. You need more chances to move the chains. You need more effort, more energy from all the guys offensively. Defensively, there was times where they were trying to keep up and make tackles and make big plays, but at the end of the day, we just couldn't, get over the hump and make something happen. We didn't know what to do. Um, but you know, it's okay. We bounced back. We had a 17-10 game against the Atlanta Falcons. It was suspended based off, Mo Norris, injury and whatnot. Prayers to Mo Norris. Prayers to his family, fans, friends. It was a classy move from the Falcons, front office, and to their coaches and to their players and everyone else to, be with us at this time, dealing with, the struggle of having, Morris Norris out there on the field injuring his neck. I'm glad he's okay. I'm glad he's safe and sound. It sucks to see a player go down like that, and people need to realize professional athletes or professional football players, they're human too. They sacrifice their bodies out there every single day of the week, 60 minutes of playing football. Doesn't matter if it's a shoulder, neck, leg, arm, fibula, whatever, even a torn Achilles. These guys go through pain. They go through pain. They want to fight through the pain to, impress you, and not only to impress you, but to make you happy, and you should want them to heal up and get better and be healthy, but you don't want to see injuries. Injuries is the toughest thing, for humans, athletes, whatever. So, but in the game of football, it's very, very tough. It's just tough to come back from neck injuries. It's tough to come back from back injuries. Um, it's tough to come back from an injury, let alone period. Because I played basketball coming up as a kid. And coming up as a kid, when you're playing basketball, you don't go through physical, traits, on the field. You don't go through that on the court. On the field, you go through, physical, 100% physical problems and attributes out there on the field. You go through that. You go through every single injury there is because your bumps and bruises are going to, catch up with you from, a distance. So it's only right that we have a game where it's safe. I mean, you can hit, but just make sure it's safe. You know what I'm saying? So that way the next player that you hit, that you tackle, or, hurry or whatever, make sure it's safe. A safe tackle can, save so much. But yeah, just understand that they're humans as well. Okay, people, just understand that. But we're on to the next with, Miami Dolphins coming into town. After them, it's the Houston Texans, 16th through the 23rd in August. It's the last two preseason games. I'm happy preseason's over. We can get on to the real thing. September 7th, 4:25 on CBS, with Jim Nantz and Tony Romo making the call on the game. That's going to be something to look forward to, even though I would like to put Tony Romo on mute like I would put, Chris Collinsworth on mute. But, hey, it's the season of giving. It's the best time of the year. Football, It's the NFL season. I'm happy that we're back. I'm happy this team is back. I'm happy that we're all focused on one common goal, and it's the Super Bowl, and it's just not, coming up empty. We done came up empty. We done came up short so many times to the point it's like when it's going to be done, when this is going to be over of coming up short. And nobody likes to come up short. I don't want to come up short. Neither do any fan of this team wants to come up short. So at the end of the day, it's only right that we just ball hard and get wins and just, keep stacking up, in the rankings, keep stacking up in the rankings and just go out there and make a great impression on everyone, because we are the scariest team in the NFC that nobody wants to see. Nobody wants to see the Detroit Lions. Nobody. I'm telling you, nobody. AFC, NFC, nobody. And that's the bottom line truth. You heard it from me, Chicken Nugget King. And I already know what y'all gonna say. Well, Chicken Nugget King, your team lost the playoffs. Your team had 17 plus players down on IR. Chicken Nugget King, your team is gonna regress this year, 8-9. You're gonna say that. I get that. But the numbers and the stats and the health of this team won't even lie. We're going to be back on top, and I promise you that. So either get with it or get lost. It's Detroit versus everybody. Simple as that. Watch us get to the Super Bowl. Chicken Nugget King 313. Make sure you give me your thoughts on the matchup against the Green Bay Packers, Week 1. I'm definitely going to be watching the game Road Warrior style, Detroit, style, with Detroit style pizza, not Chicago style pizza, not New York style pizza. It's Detroit style pizza. I'll be sitting back, eating pizza, Detroit style, and just maxing and relaxing the way I max and relax and watch the game. So I'm definitely going to be watching it on CBS like you will watch it on CBS. And, yeah, I'm ready for the home opener too. Week 2, it's going to be a very, very hype and hostile game. Damn Bears. Their fans, these guys are, I'll get to you later. Okay, Chicago? I'll get to you later. But for now, it's all about playing against Green Bay Week 1. It's all about finishing out the preseason strong. And, yeah, just give me your thoughts, man. Chicken Nugget King. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. I'm at 320 subscribers. Chicken Nugget King 313. I'm out. Hit my theme music.
From the D where the teams all grind, no luck. Wings on the ice, Tigers on the up. Lions roaring, Pistons never stuck. Detroit sports talk, we just don't give up. It's the Chicken Nugget King bringing you the scene. Hitting every stat like a switch so clean. From Joe Louis days to that Ford Field clean. 313 in the house, living the dream. Takes flying like a deep end zone throw. Barry ran the block, made defenders eat snow. From Comerica to LCA, it's all flow. Detroit's got a heartbeat in case you didn't know. It's the Chicken Nugget King bringing you the scene. Hitting every stat like a switch so clean. From Joe Louis days to that Ford Field gleam. 313 in the house, living the dream. We cheer, we scream for the play. Sports talk, electric, every night, every day. Changing the game, got no cliches. Detroit in our veins, that'll never fade away. Red and blue pride, Motown gets loud. Pistons in the mix till the fans go wild. Lines breaking curses, yeah, we stand proud. Chicken Nugget King repping that hometown crowd.